Welcome to episode 23 of Trade You for the Fruit Punch.
The start of the consistency
The start of the consistency.
for the next 4 weeks until all the seasons end.
Right, so the question is, which season ends sooner, Tottenham or the Sixers?
This is the easiest question of all time.
We will get into that because we'll do predictions. So before we get into it, apparently you met actually one of my least favorite players in the NBA. Sorry, not least favorite, but I feel like he's probably one of the more overrated players in the
Process
NBA.
legend.
Process legend, fourth option on any team, but first option on the Detroit Pistons for a little while. One Jeremy Grant.
I did, in
How was
fact,
that?
meet Jeremy Grant. It was funny because I was talking to a friend of mine. We had this sports business conference. It's this big event that the club I'm in throws once a year. They bring in a bunch of speakers and everything from the sports business world. And I attended. And we were in one of the speeches. It was a panel. And I look behind me, and there's this guy with a dreads man bun right here. And I turn to my buddy who I'm sitting next to, and I'm like, that's Jeremy Grant. And he's like, he's got no connection to this school. That's not fucking Jeremy Grant. I was like, that's Jeremy Grant. So we go back and forth for a little bit. And then one of my other buddies who helped plan the event texted us and was like, Jeremy Grant's here, right? And I had an I told you so moment. And then I took a picture with him afterwards. I got to ask him a question. He seemed far happier to talk to me than anyone else he was talking to, because I started off by saying, I've been a fan since the process.
Okay. So the question, was he right behind you?
He was 2 rows behind me.
Could he hear you discussing whether? Oh, okay. So it wasn't an embarrassing situation where, although you would have shown very well in that particular case, because you actually did see who it was. He is what, the 14th option for the Portland Trailblazers, that loser team that's going nowhere?
No, he's the 3rd option.
Okay.
Here's my question, though. Would you rather have him or Tobias?
Ooh. Depends which Tobias I'm getting.
Because we're talking 4th option on a championship team, but I'm not telling you it's good or bad Tobias. You're getting inconsistent Tobias. You don't know if he's going to be good or bad.
Not that, but you know what? It's a toss-up.
I'm taking Jeremy Grant because Jeremy Grant, I know exactly what I'm getting. I'm going to get 12 to 16 on decent efficiency and good defense. Whereas Tobias, I'm either getting 8 on really bad efficiency or 20 to 24 on efficiency, and I don't like that range.
Is it really good efficiency or is it mediocre efficiency?
It's mediocre.
He never goes in line, right? He hits threes, though, now. At least he hits threes, right? He's learned that skill, but he doesn't go to the line ever.
What does that have to do with efficiency?
Well, because it's no shots. There's you're basically getting points for free. To me, that all factors in.
Yeah, but if you're shooting poorly from the line, that factors into your efficiency too.
No, I understand, but he shoots fairly well from the line. So he shoots probably 80%-ish from the line. So I know I'm getting decent efficiency from the line, and it doesn't go against his field goal percentage, right? So it's all tied together.
Either way.
All right. So random thoughts, but they're going to be very sports related. So I've started in 2 different softball leagues. My metal bat softball league, where I was horrendous in the field. My usual one. This is the Sunday morning league. They put me out.
I've just never heard you refer to it as your metal bat league.
Well, it's important because I'm now in a wooden bat.
You're in a league? Oh, no.
I am.
How many bats have you broken yet? so far?
None. I haven't like smashed one over my leg
No, I
either.
need that. I need a video of you smashing one over your
I
leg.
don't know if I'd probably break my leg before I broke the bat.
You
Let's be
would.
honest. Because right now, if you look at my injury list in the wooden bat league, I got hit in the shin, and now all of a sudden my ankle. I don't even know how. It's all black and blue. Um, I pulled my hamstring. I'm like a mess. Everything's wrong with me.
Oh, but you're
Uh,
old.
I really feel so. What I will tell you, and there's a few things I want to highlight. I'm at the stage now, and this never happened to me before. I was never good in the outfield, but they put me out there for a variety of reasons we won't get into right now. But when there is a pop up hit behind me, I am fucked. I just don't have the ability to turn my body and to run to the spot that's right now. If it's the sides, I'm cool. I can sprint all day sideways. But
Well,
when the ball is hit directly behind me, it's a fucking train wreck. It's horrible.
I've
I
seen it
can't do it
before.
anymore.
It's so funny.
Now the problem is they put me in the outfield and a guy hit it right at me. And I'm like, mine. And I went in. Oh, no. It went right over my head. I got twisted. I think I almost got hit with the ball. I couldn't figure out my body and the contortions it was a fucking disaster. And eventually, like I am the best second baseman on my team, bar none. I am fantastic at second
Then why are you in the outfield?
because we have an older gentleman whose only position is really second base. And so therefore
So is, and you are now an older gentleman.
no, he's older than me. And if he's listening, sorry, but not even close to as good as me. And he shouldn't be playing second base. But
I thought
because
you
he shows
played
up,
shortstop.
well, so they put me at short to tell you how bad I was in the outfield. They're like, all right, old man, you're not quick enough to play this position anymore, but we're going to put you at short because you're like a huge liability back there, and you're probably mediocre here, which is true. I am mediocre. So that's Metal Bat League. I play in the Wooden Bat League. They're like, Gee, where would you like to play?
Wow.
I'm like, I would like to play at second. They said, well, we had heard you were a shortstop. I said, no. I'm a little old for that. I would like to play at second. To which their response was, then we will play you at second. The
Wow,
following
you're
year,
getting the respect you deserve.
the following week with a hamstring, they said, Gee, we were thinking because of your hamstring, maybe you'd like to play first. And I said, well, I prefer second. But who would be the person playing first if I wasn't playing first? And they said, well, this gentleman who hasn't played a lot of first. And I asked him, where do you prefer? He said, I prefer playing second. I said, you know what? Because of my hamstring, I'll play first. But I was given the options to play where I want to play.
Is there a DH? Could you have DH'd?
No, I love playing the field. It's my favorite part. I don't like hitting all that
You
much.
suck at it, though.
No, so no, thank you.
In your
My
old
first
age,
at
you can't
bat
even move anymore.
in my first at bat in the Metal League against the best pitcher in the league, and I hit a bomb. It's still in the air.
You
It's
told me
still
about this.
going.
As soon as it happened, by the way, I was told immediately because this man has not hit a home run in this league in probably 7 years.
No, it's been 3 years. It's not 7. Don't be an asshole. It's been 3. But I literally hit this bomb to the other infield on the other field. Like that's how far I hit it. And you know
Now, that
that
makes no sense to anyone but me, but I do get that that's far.
That is very far. I rocked that thing. And so by the way, my first at bat in the Wooden Bat League, I hit it even better. And it basically was a pop up to the left center fielder. That's what a wooden bat does. It basically takes a bomb and makes it a pop up.
Now, is
But
this so? I wooden bat softball leagues? Like, I feel like that's gotta be a metal bat. Otherwise, you're just fucked.
No, so I think what was happening was the pitchers were getting hurt by people like me who
Like,
like to hit it up
who
the
on
middle.
purpose beam the pitchers.
It's
How many times
not
have
on
you done that? Why don't you
purpose.
tell the people?
So I've been in that league, let's call it 15 years.
Has it really only been 15 years?
Yeah, probably. Well, maybe let's call it 17, probably since you were 2. Um, and I've probably hit, let's call it over 20 pitchers. Because there was a season where I hit like 6 of them.
On purpose. Allegedly.
Allegedly on purpose. I'm not
Allegedly on
confirming
purpose.
nor denying that. That's not
And you
fair.
may or may not have caused a certain man to, let's just say, have some heart problems.
I mean, no, he was it was a hot day, and it wasn't
You
my
can't get
doing.
away from this. You can't get away from
No,
this.
no, it was a hot day. He doesn't blame me for the record, so I think we're fine there.
I do. I think it's hilarious.
No, who are you to blame me? You weren't even there. But yeah, it was. So that game, it was a little chippy, and I remember the catcher saying something to me. And if I'm not mistaken, I turned around to him and I said, "Can you please shut the fuck up while I'm hitting?" So I didn't hit the pitcher, but I think all of the angst caused maybe a little bit of an elevated blood pressure that then may or may not have led to, in addition to it being 100+ degrees outside and him being
But you gave the man a heart attack.
I mean, you get a heart attack. It's like it's not like I hit him with the bat in the chest and he had a heart attack. Like, it was probably a bunch of things, and this happened to maybe be
And
that
you
thing that
happened to blow him over the edge.
maybe not. It's unconfirmed.
Oh my God.
Anyhow, so I've also been playing basketball with no refs now. I'm back with
no
my
more
buddies.
Jeff the ref?
No Jeff the ref. This is with my buddies who I like.
Are you guys calling fouls? That can't be going well.
No, it's fine, because if you like the people you're playing with, it's fine. It's
That's
not a problem.
True. That's not
a
true
lot
at
of
all.
fouls.
Hang on. You and I both know you have friends that when you get on the court against each other, you go at each other's fucking throats.
No, these friends I've been playing with for a long time, but I took a COVID hiatus. I don't go after them at all. I respect them a great deal and like them. And so I don't go after them at all. It's like, if someone does something that's not great, you kind of look at him, you go like side eye. You're like, really? And he goes, yeah, sorry. And you're like, okay, no problem. We're all friends here. And so I think I finally got my shot back. It's really exciting for me. I was literally like straight 3 in front of the basket. I got the ball. I was easily NBA 3 distance. And apparently my range has gotten better as I've gotten older. I don't know why.
Because you don't have the speed to get past anyone anymore, so you have to rely on your shot now?
Partially, but please don't give away my secrets, because that's not fair in case one of them is listening to this. And so I got the ball. I got the pass from here, and I did the jab to shoot, and I stopped. And the guy who was defending me did not move. So I went back and then did the jab again and let it go. And I hit it to a game winner.
You had a game winner?
That was a game winner.
Tell me this.
Well, I didn't want to brag or anything, but
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So
you definitely came home and immediately told my mother and sister.
She was asleep, your sister, and she couldn't give 2 shits about my sports, so I don't think she knows. But your mother, yes, of course, I said I was kind of decent today for the first time. So I probably went, I want to say 5 for 10 from 3 and like 0 for 3 from 2. Like, I could not. The 2-point game, just not my thing.
50% from 3 is great efficiency.
It was. And then, so if you go, 5 of 13 overall, but 5 threes, so 15 points out of 13 shots, also pretty good efficiency. Not bad.
We're clutching it strong grasping a little
remember, we
bit.
don't have free throws, so it's like those are free points.
But we're grasping a little bit.
No, I think it was good. So we'll see how I do
15 on
tonight.
10 is good. 15 on 10 would be good. Just cut out twos from your game. You're done with twos.
No, but I got to keep him honest a little bit.
No, you
but
don't. You're done with twos. You can't
twos.
hit the twos.
I can't. So the question then becomes like, is this the sort of new norm? I'm going to be firing away tonight just so we're all clear.
I know.
Just fucking letting them fly. I don't give a shit. Feet not set, right? Like Maxi shots when his feet were like so far apart his rookie year. I'm letting them fly. I don't give a shit. Like just letting them go.
No twos. Weapons.
Maybe. Well, if I have a layup, I'll take the layup. So anyhow, that's what we're talking. We'll see how I do tonight. Before we get into Tottenham and the Sixers, we actually have to get into our predictions. And I told you, how this is going to end because you kind of knew I beat you. In the East, points are bad now.
Points are bad because, as we established last time, we're a punishing pod.
We are a punishing pod. Ari had 31 points. The champ, 29. Now,
you don't get the champ when it's 2 points, and I had the Minnesota Timberwolves at number 1.
The East, not the West. We're talking East.
Oh, this isn't
we both predicted the Bucks at number 1.
We were correct.
And you actually did better on the playoff teams, but I kicked your ass on 9 through 15.
So the parts that don't matter is what you're saying.
Doesn't matter. I still won. Punishing league, I won.
I don't know. Sounds like a COVID bubble year win.
West
doesn't really count.
Ari had 54 points. We did way worse in the West.
I got smoked in the West, didn't I?
I had, champ again, 46 points.
That's a fair one. Yeah. I did real bad.
And I did better on both sides of the house. Playoff, non-playoff, didn't matter. I beat your ass. So
when I had Timberwolves 1 and Pels 3, it's not going to go very well.
No, it did not go well for you. So that's our predictions. I will tell you
it?
I haven't gone into wait till Joel gets his MVP tomorrow. Then we'll go into all of the
I just meant we're not going to go over the worst misses.
Nah, nobody gives a shit.
Listen, I had the Nets at 6. That's perfect. I'm pretty proud of that one.
Perfect. I mean,
I was pretty proud of that one.
That's fine. We had some good ones, some bad ones. We're not going to get into the details. It's too long.
Tell them where you had the Kings, though.
I had the Kings 15. But I knew they'd lose to the Golden State Warriors. And did you watch Steph go for a 50 burger?
I did. That was fun.
I
love watching him. He's just so much fun.
He is so good. And he's like a sly trash talker. And
did you hear that he bullied the team after game 6? No, he was like, I don't talk much, but he basically told them, if you're going to play like you played in game 6 and you're going to play emotional, fucking stay home. I don't want you there.
By the way, after he hit one of his threes, it doesn't matter which one, he actually yelled to the crowd, ring the bell, or whatever. No, light the
beam.
Light the beam.
Hey, don't disrespect beam like that.
That's amazing. By the way, what kind of a stupidity is this fucking beam?
Hey, no. Dumb. We're not fucking doing this. We're not doing this. Listen,
what do you mean?
Here's the thing. The beam is corny. I'll grant you that. However, the first time in forever that they're good, they come up with this genius marketing scheme where they light the beam every time they have a win. If you lose all the time and the few times you light the beam, it becomes a meme, right? But they were good. They won games. Imagine leaving that stadium as a rival fan and behind you the beam lights up.
Imagine not spending all that money on that stupid beam and leaving the stadium knowing you fed 5 homeless people.
Fuck them.
Why not?
Fuck them. Beam team.
Right? being teams bullshit. By the way, that whole what is this clutch player of the year bullshit award they handed De'Aaron Fox? Like, what is that?
It's a new award they came up with. Basically, they kind of just
Did they
wanted to
come up
give
with it
another one.
mid-season? Like, there was no betting on this award. Did they come out like did Adam Silver like 3 weeks ago go, we need another award. We don't have enough.
They announced it at the beginning of the season, but I think people forgot about it.
I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's stupid, but whatever. We'll see. We'll have to.
If they actually voted on it the right way, it would be Joel. Like, go look at order stuff, all the blocks and shit. But it's clearly, at least to start, the award is like, let's just give some attention to another player who wasn't in the MVP conversation, but like we thought had a good year. I think that's essentially what it is.
Okay. Well, I don't like the award. I think it's stupid. I don't like awards that don't have definitions, which is basically all the awards in NBA. I don't like it. But anyhow, so Sixers Nets 4-0 sweep.
We looked like
your
shit.
Your sister and I went to Game 4.
The Paul Reed game
in Brooklyn. Good game. Nice. It was fun. No Joel, which we'll get into a little bit because it appears as though Joel is incapable of going through the playoffs without getting injured.
I mean, it's not like these are small things. These are like legitimate injuries. Last year, he broke his face and his hand. The year before that, he played with a meniscus tear. This year, it's again another like tear. Right? Like, yeah, he gets injured. He's fucking a freak of nature, 7'2" human being. His body isn't meant to work. It's like a horse. Horses are like designed to break.
Okay. I mean, I'm not so sure I love the analogy, but okay, we'll accept it. What I am seeing though as a fan is I am fucking tired of it. I'm fucking tired of thinking this team is set up to win.
Stop thinking the team is set up to win. It's never been set up to win.
This year, think about it.
It's never been set up to win. Not a single time.
By the way, think about this year where in the next round, the winner of this series, Boston Philly, is going to play either the Knicks or the Heat.
You know the Heat would beat the shit out of us. You know that for a fact.
Well, Jimmy would kill us.
We have
unless
the Knicks.
Tobias.
So we have the Knicks number. Knicks would not scare me. It's weird. It's like a rock, paper, scissors thing. We beat the Knicks beat the Celtics beat us. But the Knicks would not scare me. The Heat would terrify me. But we're not making it out of this round anyway.
So what are your predictions for this round?
We get gentlemen swept.
So 4-1 sweep.
And
a 4-1
the one game we win is going to be Wednesday. Joel won't play. And it'll be a Paul Reed game. Because I think he's a better matchup for Celtics. Because they've got Horford, who's a stretch 5, and Joel cannot deal with that at all. And also, like, Paul Reed can switch onto the perimeter and hold his own there, as well as being a good rim protector. I think he's just a better defensive matchup. And when Joel comes back, I'd like to see him at the 4 a little bit. But I doubt it'll happen.
Well, so the question becomes, like, Paul Reed and PJ Tucker, which one of them plays Robert Williams III? Which one of them plays Horford?
I mean, my hope would be Horford is Reed's matchup.
So I might go the other way because I think Robert Williams III is a little bit bouncy.
He's a little,
and you need like Reed to offset the bounciness.
But I kind of just
whereas Horford and PJ both play under the rim.
But if you told
me,
they play below. No, but I don't know that because Horford will move between playing in the post and going out to the 3-point line. And I just don't think PJ can do all that running.
I think he's okay.
And if there's one guy I want to shut down this series, it's Horford. If we lose in 5, but Horford scores like 7 points a game, fine. Whatever.
So one of the things, it's interesting. I think it's important for us to go through a few of the players as their playoff selves versus as their normal selves.
Yes, PJ's very good.
And so on the Sixers side, playoff PJ has been great. Forget the points. He's actually been very good.
Offensive rebounds, steals, they've been great.
Playoff Joel has been ass.
I'd like to think, and I'm not sure, we'll see this series essentially, but I'd like to think that was the way the Nets were playing him, which was essentially, hey, he's good at basketball, go kick the shit out of him.
So it's playoff basketball, though. It's a lot more physical.
It wasn't normal physical. It was the refs let them get away with a ton of bullshit fouls.
They always do in the playoffs, and flop a Joel doesn't
By
work.
the way, he falls for a reason, right? Like every time that you call me and you're like, he falls all the time. You know that's to prevent injury.
Did it prevent the meniscus tear or whatever he's got going on now, the left knee sprain or I don't know. What does he have? Like every single ailment that he could possibly have?
Oh, my Lord.
Like, did it prevent any of
I
those?
hope he requests a trade.
No.
I'm so sick of having this conversation with you.
Who are we going to get for him? De'Aaron Fox?
I don't care.
No,
I just let him go win a championship somewhere else with fans that'll actually appreciate him, unlike you fat old fart.
Oh, my God. Wow, you made it personal.
Yeah, I did. You're my father.
You made it really personal. I don't appreciate that. So playoff Joel, ass. Playoff PJ, great. Playoff Tobias thus far has been good.
First round Tobias, good. Second round Tobias is always shit.
Playoff second round Tobias is usually shit. We'll see. Playoff Harden has been mixed.
Very mixed. I thought overall he'd been bad, though.
And playoff Maxey has been mixed, too.
Mostly good. I would lean good. Because I think he was good 2, 3, and 4. It was just game 1, right?
Yeah, it was either 1 or 2, I think, that he was poor.
I think it was the first one where Harden was better.
So what's interesting is playoff Melton, especially in game 4, was horrible in the first half, along with Maxey. Maxey was not good in the first half. Second half playoff Melton, second half game 4 playoff Melton was actually really good. We both were texting during that game thinking that it might be a Shake game, but playoff Shake thus far was horrible, and game 4 was even worse.
Well, playoff Shake was 2 minutes, 3 fouls.
Right, where we thought this was his big opportunity.
We were like, he's going to come into the game. He's going to get some minutes.
Was horrible in game 4. This team's way too inconsistent. Playoff Niang is unplayable.
He'll play a ton of minutes this series.
He's so unplayable. Maybe they see him. You know what? I could see them having him D Horford because I think that matchup is fine.
But he'll go he might go 5 for 7 for me and still be a -20.
Oh, he will be. So I will tell you, though, I hate the Celtics with every fiber in my being.
Fuck the Celtics.
I despise them. I despise Jason Tatum. I despise playoff Tatum, who I think is a bigger win. This team is full of floppers and garbage. And I fucking hate them. And I'm tired of losing to them in the regular season, in the playoffs. They're not that good. They fucking suck.
The team is great. The overall team is really good. Jason Tatum is the easiest job of any star in the league. Look at those.
The guy I do like is I like Jaylen Brown.
Fuck Jaylen Brown.
I would take him in a
fuck.
I like him.
Brown. Jaylen Brown stuck constantly. Fuck Jaylen Brown.
I understand that. I would take him on my team.
I'm a Derek White guy. Shit. I'm a huge Derek White guy. He's so good.
He's not.
He's so annoyingly good.
And you know what? We probably could have gotten him at the
They
trade
got him for
deadline
like
last year.
nothing. Yeah, it was.
Who do we get? George Hill? Or is that 2 years? Don't we get George Hill every other
Was that
year
3 years
trade
ago
deadline?
now? That was the
And
Hawks
he does
year.
nothing for us. Oh boy, George Hill. God, that guy sucks.
Didn't we trade like 3
Um,
seconds for him? Something like that? 4?
we may have, yeah. So you're thinking 4-1. I'm thinking we have a better
There it
shot
is.
without.
Every time. The fucking this team sucks. I have us winning in 7. Joel's the worst superstar of all time. He's going to score 47 points a game and lead us to the NBA Finals from this point on.
Look, we've said, I think we're both in agreement. We either win this series and win the whole thing, or we lose in this series poorly and like it's another year of second round exits.
Well, I'm hoping, like, I want this to be the last year. I really do. For his sake, for our sake, blow it up if this doesn't work.
You know they're not going to.
No, of course not. But I just, like, I can't keep dealing with this. And Joel deserves a ring. We kind of just need to rebuild.
Does he deserve a ring? Because he hasn't done it here.
I don't give a shit. He deserves it. Wherever he goes, I will root for him. I love that man.
Yeah, I don't think I will.
I know you won't because you're the worst, but I love that man.
No, I think like if he couldn't get it done here, then shame on him. And I don't need him getting it done somewhere else.
No, because I know, like, in 6 years, when he basically doesn't have a knee anymore, and we've fully rebuilt, he'd come back and win it as, like, the 15th man. Doesn't play a minute, but, like, just sits on the bench. Dwayne Dedman role.
I'd be fine with that. I just want to win one. Like, at the end of the day, that's all I want. I just want to win one. And I don't think we're going to win with him. That simple. I hope I'm wrong. Our best shot was 19. That quadruple doink doesn't go in. We beat Toronto. We have a chance.
19 or the Hawks year.
No, they weren't tough enough that Hawks year. Ben wasn't tough enough that year.
I mean, the problem.
Ben was starting his like mental.
Well, obviously,
anguish.
but like, I mean, it's all hindsight. But like, if we'd kept Jimmy instead of Ben, because I know Jimmy thinks it was Tobias Harris over me, but it was Ben Simmons over him, and he was ahead of the curve. He was the first one to ever see it. And if we'd kept him instead of Ben, we'd have 2 rings.
Yes.
We would have the bubble year where Jimmy made it to the finals with a group of bums. And we'd have the Hawks year.
So is there anybody out there that actually thought we should keep Jimmy and not keep Ben?
Probably.
Probably not.
No. I mean, I'm sure Spike Eskin thought that.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to
I'm sure there were assholes out there who are now like I told you guys. But I mean, the general consensus was Ben is the young superstar. You have to keep him.
Yeah, look, I thought that too. Now, will Ben play another game in the NBA?
Yes. He'll play 7 games next year before they shut him down for the season with an injury that we never see and never hear about again, and then a soft retire.
So I could see him playing a lot more than that next year, not doing all that well, and someone signing him for like the mid-level exception or whatever, like the veteran minimum.
He's not even worth that.
Here's the problem. I don't think he wants to play for that.
I don't think he wants to play.
I don't think he wants to play for $35 million a year, let alone for 3 or 4, whatever that exception is.
Yeah, he'll just retire. As soon as that contract is done, he will be done, I think.
You think
Unless there is the most drastic of turnarounds. After this contract, we'll never see him again.
I think it's a 50-50 chance he doesn't play after this year. Once his contract is up, no one signs him. So, Sixers, you're saying 4-1. I want to say Sixers in 7.
Of course,
really
I know you too well. But you're going to say Celtics in 6.
But I was going to say Celtics in 6.
Yeah. I know you at this point.
And it pains me. I mean,
if ever
besides Tottenham.
If ever there were a year, not based on our team, but based on the status of like the teams in the league, this
is the year.
The West sucks. Like genuinely, there is not a team in the West unless the Suns can miraculously figure it out in the next like 8 wins. There isn't a team in the West that scares me. And the only team in the East that scares me, well, the only 2 teams in the East that scare me are the Heat and the Celtics. And we just happen to be playing the Celtics.
And if we beat the Celtics, we'll play the Heat. And they'll beat us in that round.
And they'll beat us in that. Well, if we beat the Celtics, I think won't beat the Celtics. Because if you beat the Celtics, you've shown the character that, like, this is the year.
I don't even think that's true. But
sure it is. There's
they've shown any more character than they did last year.
There's no chance to the Celtics unless this is the year.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited to watch Golden State and LA. That series intrigues me and is interesting.
It's funny,
because LA is actually playing pretty well. AD, besides the fact that he's on the ground every game, rolling around like he's got like an ankle or a knee, and then he gets
Don't praise him. Don't you dare praise him.
He's been playing well.
We're not doing this. Don't praise him.
He's been playing well.
We're not doing this. Fuck AD.
I still wouldn't take him over Joel.
No, fuck AD. No, I mean, it's funny though, because like if you ask someone the last time the Cavs and the Warriors played in the finals, if they would ever be excited to watch a LeBron-Steph series again, they'd tell you no. And now everyone's been begging for it.
So let me ask you a question. Would you trade Joel for Jokic?
No.
Yeah, you
No,
would.
the fuck I wouldn't.
Yes,
I can't root for that fat Serbian fuck. I would slander him every fucking day.
But you'd still trade for him.
No, I wouldn't.
In a heartbeat.
Hang on. You act as if this isn't me, the most human being in the entire world. Maybe every other Sixers fan would, and maybe they have point to agree with, but I'm far too principled and far too deep into this bullshit ever consider even trading for Jokic. You know that to be true.
If I were the GM of the Sixers and Denver called me and said, you know what? We might be done with our slow, fat fuck, potentially cocaine snorting Serbian.
Allegedly.
I think I might take him.
Nope. Absolutely the fuck not. There are some guys in this league that I just will never root for.
I might. I don't even know.
Where are you going to go with this?
There's a lot of guys I would take over Joel right now.
You disgust me. Let's move on before.
Because guess what? They're playing, and Joel isn't because again he's injured.
Hang on, you would hate Jokic. Jokic has made the conference final one single time, and it was a fucking fake year.
I understand. I still might take him.
No, you wouldn't. Or maybe you would because you're weak. You're weak.
I just want to win.
And you don't deserve to see the fruits of our labor.
I actually will tell you. So, by the way, I will tell you, I would love nothing more than to blow it up this summer. The whole thing. Process 2.0. Get all of our draft picks back. I loved 12-70 Philadelphia 76ers. Like, they were my favorite.
They were so much fun.
Did we even win 12 games?
We won 10 games.
I'm not even sure we won 10. 10-72 Sixers were like my favorite. Because there were no expectations. And when they won,
no,
it was like
16-17 Sixers were the most fun. The first year we went to the playoffs.
Yeah, we won what? I think we probably were 42-40 or something. Or
I don't know. We were mediocre, but it was like the fun players.
Let's see what the record was. That's 22-23. Let's go. 16-17 Sixers were, oh boy, we were 28-54. We didn't make the playoffs that year.
Maybe it was 17-18 then. But
17
you know which year I'm
talking. They were 52-30. You know what? That was the year where we won like 20 in a row to go into the playoffs.
Rocco, Saric, that team. I loved that team.
That team, 52-30. Yeah. 14-15 Sixers, 18-64. That was fun. This doesn't go back any further than that. All right, so we've got our predictions in, sort of. I have two predictions for the Sixers.
You got to pick one.
I'm allowed to keep both.
No, you don't. All right.
Yes, I'm allowed to have both. Yeah, as the host of the show, I'm allowed to have both.
Fuck that. Fine, then I'm not
That's what we're doing.
Giving you a point hits.
If we win, we'll all be happy.
This is true.
If we lose,
it'll be in 5.
It'll be in 6. So now we go to Tottenham. And since we last talked, look how happy you are. 2 firings, isn't it?
No, Conte. We hit
2.
the Conte one last time, 2.5 weeks ago.
And so your boy Stellini got fired after our 6-1 debacle at Newcastle. And Ryan Mason took over and has seen us draw against...
Oh, the greatest draw and loss. I missed this. I've got moral victories back. I have my moral victories back. I care about. You can keep your fucking victories. All I care about is that the vibes at my club are back.
Are they really?
I got my club
when
back.
We were down 3-0.
Go look at that equalizer.
Down 3-0 to Liverpool.
Go look at that equalizer. Look at how they reacted.
Why don't they react that way in the first 15
I don't give a shit.
Minutes?
I don't give a shit. They're still figuring it out.
So, yeah, I got to tell you, we were what? So Liverpool scored on 4 out of 5 chances. 4 out of 6.
Something
we
like
scored
that.
On 3 out of 9.
There's the thing. That's exactly it.
Sonny was criminally... So, Sonny's performances now... Remember when I didn't like Dele Alli 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd always say, he doesn't do shit all game, but he scores a goal, and everyone's like, yeah, Dele's great. And I was like, is he?
You're also wrong, though. Sonny, that's Sonny's game now. Run in behind, score the chances you're given. That has to be the game.
But he scores 1 out of 6.
So what?
He should have had 3 goals.
Okay.
4.
You've upped it.
Didn't he hit the post twice? I'm done with Sonny.
You say that as a knock. I don't understand that. Hitting the post means you were this close. Means...
Well, how about you score?
Okay, but that doesn't mean you were bad. Hitting the post is a sign of being good, not of being bad.
I think it's a sign of a guy who cannot finish. And here's what drives me insane. Because if you look at it, Curtis Jones hasn't scored in 37 years?
Curtis Jones is 20 years old.
And he hadn't scored in a long-ass time.
Because he barely plays.
Luis Diaz.
How do you not know who Luis Diaz is?
Has been out for 6 months. 6 fucking months. And he comes in and he scores a shocker of a goal because, by the way, your boy Romero was criminally bad.
Until he wasn't. After the 3 goals went in, he was great.
But all 3 were his fault. Even though they want to use Porro as the first one. No, the reason why the first goal is his fault as well was because he didn't pick up the man in the middle. Porro felt like he had to pick him up, leaving the back open for fucking Curtis
Whatever. I don't
Jones
give a
to
shit.
score in the third
I'm
minute.
not looking to dissect this game. I have a few things to say. Hire Mason.
So what do you have to say? I'll let you
hire
talk.
Mason permanently. He's gotten my vibes back. Sell everyone. I'm sick of fuckery Kane. Have you seen the Chris Paul meme where it's like Chris Paul hits a dagger 3 to cut the lead to 42? That's Harry Kane every time he scores. And I know it led to a comeback, but like that guy is lazy. He's fat. He doesn't do shit for this fucking team. He's Ben Simmonsing it.
So you know what's going to happen. He's going to go to Man U and they're going to win the
title.
Cool.
And no, because he is a serial fucking bottler. He is bad.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, when Conte said the players are rotten, he has to have meant Kane. How could he not?
Hire Mason, let him rebuild the squad. The only thing Mason got wrong was bringing on the worst player in club history, Lucas Moura. And by the way, like we should have had a red card and a pen, like as in they should have had a red card. Jota kicked Skip in the face and then scored the winner, and we should have had a penalty. I'm victory. This is a victory in my books. I don't care that we lost.
Here's what I would tell you.
This is my team again.
Here are my thoughts about the game. Jota, clear red card. I mean, he kicked Skip in the face.
I've never seen everyone something before in my entire life.
So clear red card. The penalty was a little bit like Richarlison-ish. Like he kind of threw himself down. Okay, it's a 50-50 call. I get it. Lucas, club legend.
Nope.
Lucas should never see the pitch again.
We terminated Matt Doherty's contract in January. Why didn't we do the same thing to him? I get it. He's got 6 months left, but like, just get rid of him. Don't give them the option of playing.
So I've always defended him. You know that. And I don't know why. So my problem is Lucas playing right wing back isn't any more offensive than Porro playing right wing back. Because Porro's offensive.
Do you mean
as much as Lucas is?
Defensive or?
No, I mean offense. Like he clearly
doesn't
substituted him in.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it now.
Because of the offensive side of things. And Porro shoots from 5 yards out sometimes.
In fact, Lucas is a worse offensive player. Porro is basically a winger in disguise. Like, and he's a better winger than Lucas Moura could ever dream of being.
So what I'll tell you is I understood the other side, the Perisic side. Because Danjuma is, I think, offensive-minded and different, and it was the right move. But I don't know why he brought Lucas in. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, you know what else we're leaving with?
You
know what else we're leaving with? That dinosaur fucking Perisic absolutely snapped Van Dijk. In 4K, they've got every angle of it. It is beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful.
What happened to that guy? Van Dijk was the best defender in the Premier League 3 years ago, and now he's mediocre at best.
He's atrocious. But they call it aura.
I don't know. I mean, the fact that you were, cooked
by that dinosaur. He's been alive since the fucking dinosaurs.
He's so bad. I don't understand why. I would have started Longley, and I liked Davis on the left. He did it a few times before he got hurt, and I liked him there.
You always switch up. When he was a left back, you liked him at left center back. Now he's a full-time left center back, and you like him at left back.
No, but I like him as a left wing back. I liked him there. He played well.
He's not offensive enough.
I like Davis.
He's not quick enough. He's not offensive. And I know that the option is Perisic, so obviously
Perisic
he's
is
not
better?
quick enough either, but like you get my
Here's the
point.
thing. In a 40-yard dash, I pick you over both of them.
I'm
you're
fast.
I mean,
I'm quick.
Okay,
We'll call
I
it
get
quick.
it. I do pick you over both of them, but I think Davis beats Perisic in a sprint.
I would agree.
At one point, I think Perisic had a full court sprint, and then they had they pictured him, and you could see him going like dying because he had just made a sprint. One. So I don't. Who do we even play this week? Like I don't even. I just want this fucking
back.
season.
No. Now I want the season to continue. My team is back. Give me some
So we play Crystal Palace at home at 10
that's a loss.
Well,
Most
it's the
obvious
Hodgson
loss
Field.
I've ever seen.
I mean,
They
Roy
cook
Hodgson.
us.
You talk about dinosaurs, right? Perisic is young compared to Roy Hodgson.
Roy Hodgson
in the
is
dinosaur age.
literally 82, I think.
I think Roy Hodgson was there for Adam and Eve. Is how long he's been around.
He is Adam.
Like
he's changed his name since then, but he is Adam.
He might be. So I don't.
You know how they say Adam, Eve, and Steve? Yeah, that was fucking Roy Hodgson.
So you think they're gonna beat us?
1-0, yeah. They always do.
So
Jeffrey
here's what I
Schlupp
hope
goal.
for the rest of the season. By the way, my hope is Lucas never sees the pitch again, and frankly, I hope that Lloris never sees the pitch again.
Højbjerg.
Because I think
Add Højbjerg to that list. I want Sarr. I want some divine minutes. I really want some divine
minutes. I do want some divine minutes too. I would like to see that.
Like, just play the fucking kids. Opta came out with like a thing. We have a 0% chance of reaching top 4, according to them. Now, I don't know that that's actually true mathematically, but like, I agree with it. So
they must have rounded, right? So it's probably 0.4.
Yeah, no, they would show 0.4. It's got to be like 0.04.
Might be. To round
because I think 4 games left and we're 9 points behind.
Oh, that's not looking good. But so I would rather us not qualify for Europa or Europa Conference.
Yeah, give me 8th place.
Nothing.
Give me 8th place and rebuild the squad. Sell.
Can we turn it down? You know how like with the NIT tournament in college basketball, there are some teams that go like, thanks, but no thanks, we're good.
I wish.
We'd rather end our season than keep playing this one. Like, I think North Carolina did it this year, actually. Could we just say, like, we're good? We're not going to do it.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, we're good.
Rebuild the squad. Take a rebuild year. Finish it like 3 years. Be fun. And then in 4 years, those players have grown together with the manager. Compete.
So we're at the stage of the episode because we've gone through what we needed to go through. Do I give you a minute on the Phillies? Like, I don't even want to talk about the Phillies.
Bryce Harper's coming back tomorrow.
Okay, there you go. Bryce Harper's coming back.
This is actually crazy. He had Tommy John 159 days ago. Like, that is absurd.
Didn't it take Tommy John like 3 years to come back from Tommy John surgery?
It takes most players it's supposed to be like an over a year thing, and Bryce is back.
It's usually pitchers, keep that in mind. And everything is, it takes a year, and then it takes a year of kind of working yourself back in to get to close to where you were 2 years ago.
They showed like position players who'd had it, and usually it's like 8 months before they're back in the lineup. And Bryce he got it like, I guess, right after the World Series, and he'll be back tomorrow.
So I like this team. I've watched collectively, I've watched less than a full game out of the 29 they've played. And that's not going to change.
They're letting the Phils get hot. I've been watching.
Of course you have. You have nothing better to do other than study and get good grades. But of course you've been watching. So we're at the point in the episode where we talk about the punch of the week.
My punch of the week goes out to everyone on Twitter who, after we lost like some defensive guys, said Eagles downfall. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Healy Ringo, DeAndre Swift. That's for you. Get fucked.
Okay. My punch of the week. So, who do you think it is?
Hugo for not. That feels like a you move.
No.
Joel for not playing. That feels like a you move.
That's me. My punch of the week goes to Joel.
The punch of the week is supposed to be someone we haven't talked about.
No, it's gonna be Joel until he fucking puts a brace on and gets his fucking.
Pick someone.
Wes Unseld
Pick someone interesting.
Came out with like a torn ACL and won Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
I don't give a shit. Pick someone interesting.
Half a leg.
Okay, you got your Joel part. You got your Joel part. Now pick someone interesting.
No, it's Joel.
Okay, now add your second place guy, and it can't be Hugo Lloris because I gave you that.
I didn't think of a second place guy. You're putting me on the spot. I don't have a second place.
We're gonna sit here in silence while you.
Here's what we're gonna do. Who's the kid who was picked? The fourth QB that was picked.
Will Levis
by Tennessee. Will Levis, not Will Levis. It's the 31 teams that passed on Will Levis. That guy's gonna be a stud.
He's not that good, Abba.
I know, but I think he's gonna be a stud.
Okay. No, I respect that.
So I'm buying his rookie cards.
Yeah, sure.
I'm doubling down on Will Levis. That guy is my Aaron Rodgers without the crazy.
Probably with the crazy. He puts mayo in his coffee.
That's a little crazy, but he's not the only one. He doesn't go on like, what is it?
Ayahuasca?
Blackout retreats?
Ayahuasca retreats, blackout retreats, you name it.
He's crazy. So Aaron Rodgers
has been doing like PR stunts and going to different New York sports teams.
Yeah, so he went to the Rangers game on Saturday night.
He hit the Rangers and then he hit the Knicks. Yeah.
Whatever. He's a putz. So with that, I thank you, Ari.
I thank you, Guy.
As always. Thank you. And we will be back next week.
Sunday.
With episode
Sundays are our day from now on.
Of Trade You for the Fruit Punch. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you soon.